2023 and 2022 actually has been the year of the SEC versus crypto. And what I think is going to be happening and what we're going to see develop over the remaining of 2023, we have a lot more to go. And even into 2024 and 2025, we're going to be seeing the outcomes of this legal overreach from the SEC versus crypto. Are they going to be winning their cases or losing? And what does that mean for crypto development as a whole, and also in the US, where a lot of investors actually do participate? So first, we have to look at the first SEC case, the big one, SEC versus Ripple. This has been going on for a few years now, and the SEC has actually suffered what many are saying a fatal loss in one of their expert witnesses that they were hoping to be presenting in this trial or in this court case. The expert witness was supposed to be telling the judge what the people who were buying XRP at the time of purchase in the early days, what they were thinking, what they were expecting to get with this purchase. Keep in mind that this expert witness has never interviewed a single XRP holder in their entire career, but the real key factor here is that that guy or that person was paid $3 million by who? The SEC to be their expert witness. Conflict of interest? I think so, and that's probably why that expert witness was not allowed to present their expert testimony in this court case. Next, we have to look at what's happening between the SEC and Grayscale. Grayscale has been applying for a spot ETF for many applications towards the SEC. And now, I mean, this is by far not confirmed. It hasn't actually happened, but Bloomberg is now speculating that this denial of the spot ETF could be reversed. They could have a real shot of launching a spot ETF. This would be huge for anyone who is already holding GBTC, participating in the Grayscale Trust, Bitcoin Trust. And it's also, you know, for those of you who've been cheerleading regulations, maybe this could, I mean, let's be honest. You're cheerleading regulations because you want the price to go up, right? You think institutional investors are going to come pouring in and it's going to pump your bags. That's why you want regulation. You don't really care about the scams. You're just a Bitcoin holder and that's all you care about. But what you're not understanding is that this regulation that you're cheerleading on is going to be preventing your own ability to access a cryptocurrency that you love so much. Because guess what? Are you an institutional investor? No, I don't think so. So keep that in mind. My point is that the Grayscale spot ETF could very well present the opportunity for, you know, the next pump in confidence in crypto that often spurs the next bull market. Speaking of Grayscale and their court case of the SEC, Alameda Research is also suing Grayscale, claiming that their fees and their illiquid or inability to liquidate their positions in GBTC has resulted in their shares dropping by 90%. This lawsuit that they're trying to basically unlock about $9 billion, with about $250 million of that going towards Alameda Research, and they're trying to say, you know, we need to get these funds so that we can pay back the FTX creditors. You know, all you guys who trusted FTX and how FTX took your funds and gave it to Alameda Research and they just pissed it away. Oh, you guys, now they're back in your corner. They're trying to get your funds back. When in reality, the restructuring officer, John Ray, do you know how much he charges per hour? Toby, you have a guess?
$1,300.
$1,300 an hour. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So users' funds, and what we're going to be learning, unfortunately, through all these bankruptcy proceedings, what we've been warned about from people on Twitter and people in the industry who are familiar with these proceedings is that any funds that people were hoping to get back, the longer it takes to get those funds back, the longer the legal process takes, the more and more funds are going to be siphoned off. And we're seeing that with examples like this restructuring officer alone getting paid $1,300 an hour. Also, between the lawyers and the bankers, they have billed FTX $30 million just for the month of January alone. Hopefully it's going to be wrapping up very soon, but there's still billions of dollars that are missing on the balance sheet of FTX. So at the very least, you guys have learned hopefully a very valuable lesson, even though you certainly did pay a price, not to use centralized exchanges as your wallet provider. Trade them all you want, get your coins off as soon as you can. That's your daily reminder, guys. Get them on a hardware wallet and thank me later. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys enjoy these updates, hit like and subscribe. Check out our CT Club. We're posting our portfolio update tonight. So for those of you who are in the CT Club, keep an eye out for that update and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.